Coming up with ideas for new paintings feels like rocket surgery. As you develop your craft and start moving away from constant recreation towards creating new compositions, they can feel pretty challenging. What do I paint? What should it look like? Sometimes you feel like banging your head against a wall. Why can't I think of any ideas? I don't claim to know any secrets, but I at least know what works for me. And as much as this video is of the informative kind, this is also a reminder to myself. As is often true, it's harder to take my own advice than it is to give it. So for this video, I'll be detailing my process for generating ideas for my surreal and imaginative paintings. Along the way, I'll be creating a honeybee night, an idea I created using a few of these methods. Every painting starts with an idea. For me, this is the most challenging part of the painting, because ideas can come from anywhere and cannot be forced. Instead of waiting around for an idea to spark, why not read or watch a movie? Engage with things that inspire you, like nature. Oftentimes I'll engage with some video essay or documentary about a random topic, where I'll learn some cool fact about something that I'll think, that'll make a really cool painting. This is like when I learned about the naval fort known as the concrete battleship and decided that would be a really cool painting. Sometimes an idea doesn't have to be a particular thing, but maybe just a vibe. That's where references come in. Usually somewhere in the process, I start to gather references, whether initially to get inspired or to help capture the vibe I want to go for. References are an essential tool in my creative process. I find that in the art community, there are some that are convinced that in order to be a great artist, you have to be able to draw from memory without the use of references. I find this to be incredibly harmful, especially to young artists, as this is a very prescriptive mentality of what art should and shouldn't be. Remember that art looks different for every person, and that one person's interpretation of what art should be should not dictate what it means to you. Your art journey is especially unique. Just because many artists preach memorization in their workflow doesn't mean that you have to prescribe to that as a measurement of your success. As I search through references, I always have to remind myself that comparison can easily steal the joy from any creative process. It's natural to feel a mix of admiration and doubt when looking at other artworks, but it's essential to remember that each artist's journey and style is unique. Rather than comparing, focus on gathering ideas that help you stay motivated and inspired to create. Another method I like to use is mashups. Just like the honeybee night painting you're seeing right now, I thought of two random concepts and tried to mash them together. While this is more of a concept color study than a finished piece, this gave me a lot of great ideas for future paintings and projects. Especially when creating surreal and somewhat odd mashups for subjects and paintings, like my frog and snail painting, mixing together my interests is a great way to create unique pieces. At the end of the day, it's more important to create and practice than it is to beat yourself up over trying to find new ideas. When all else fails, go back to your roots and find some artwork to recreate, or maybe do a master copy of your favorite artist's artwork. Time spent doing art in any capacity is never time wasted. Honestly, I would love to say that I'm great at adhering to my own advice. I still struggle, especially when self-doubt and imposter syndrome creep in. But I at least wanted to share a little bit about my process in the hopes of helping others and to remind myself of what to do when things feel challenging. Anyway, I really appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit today, and I hope to see you in the next video.